The best of the morning to you. This is Monday with Friday, preparing you for a better week ahead. Now, I'll return next week to our series on life and prayer. But today, we celebrate Independence Day here in America. The American Declaration of Independence is a remarkable document that evokes a variety of emotions. Now, although I understand the times then, I remain appalled that every co-signer of the document is male. Especially since this document cannot be rewritten or reformed like a constitution, nobody in authority rereading this document in the 21st century should fail to hasten to ensure that justice for women in a variety of ways roll down like rivers. Now, last week, a man accused by 60 women of sexual crimes was released from prison on a dubious technicality. To say that this is a slap in the face of women is a gross understatement, and it begs the question about how many benefits of independence American women yet enjoy. Now, even without addressing abortion, female reproductive rights remain assailed. A now infamous Supreme Court justice couldn't answer yes when asked by a now famous former senator whether he knew of any laws governing male reproductive rights. At last check, women are still being paid less than men for the same work, and women and girls are still objectified sexually and considered in some cases second-class citizens, often due to oppressive and ungodly religious ideas. Now, when that American Declaration of Independence was written, 41 of the 56 co-signers were enslavers, holding human beings hauled across an ocean in the most squalid, inhumane, reprehensible, and evil of conditions, not as human beings, but effectively as 3/5 human. At the same time, they were, in 27 clauses of complaints in the Declaration, leveling against the King of England charges of despotism, tyranny, denial of laws, denial of rights, obstruction of the administration of justice, and harassment. These same 41 men were committing upon the black human beings they enslaved versions of those said atrocities. Now, later in America's history, some of those same men, their descendants, and other Americans, all of whom in that era were white, for no black was either human or American, you remember, those people murdered black people, ravaged their lands, burnt their towns, drowned their towns, and destroyed the lives of those people. Charges included in the Declaration of Independence against King George III. Those accusing George of using his soldiers to kill Americans and then allowing them to escape punishment via mock trials became themselves the punishers of black people, murdering them by beating, hanging, lynching, brutal rape, shooting, and all kinds of evil. Like George's soldiers, they too, either through mock trials or no trials, escaped punishment. Those people who resist the idea of critical race theory, or who malign and lie about the theory, making it out to be some process of placing blame on people today for something others did in the past, are simply dishonest and mischievous. From America's inception, to be white was to be privileged with recognition, belonging, safety, economic power, political power, social power, and even religious power. At the very same time, to be black was to be denied a name, your own name, to be stripped of recognition, to be torn away from family, and constantly be on the move, never belonging anywhere, to be devoid of safety, and to be robbed of economic power even when it was managed to be grasped, and to be denied parity even in worship before the Creator whom that Declaration of Independence states created all people equal. While things may have changed in the 245 years since, the change is cosmetic, inadequate, and incidental. Where it has been intentional, it has been deliberately piecemeal, costly, slow, and delivered grudgingly, as in the case of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Even that which was won by blood, sweat, and tears is today being whittled down by the ever-present power of white privilege and supremacy, just as it was in the beginning. Yes, we still hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men, all people are created equal, and they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But the difference is that in 2021, unlike in 1776, there are now additional voices, female voices, black, brown, indigenous, Hispanic, Latinx, Asian, Muslim, and other voices, some of whom are still without freedom, saying, don't you dare think that that Declaration of Independence is honorable or honest if you should exclude us. I am Michael Friday, and your week just got better. I'll see you again next week. Happy Independence Day and happy Monday all the way to Friday.